Turkish Bulgur Pilaf is a classic Turkish recipe that is so easy to make and everyone loves it. You can serve it with kebabs, with chicken, with beef. Hi, I'm Shadi with Unicorns in the Kitchen. Let's make some Turkish Bulgur Pilaf. To make Turkish Bulgur Pilaf, we need some coarse bulgur, some garlic, some tomato paste, a few tomatoes, green pepper, and some onion. This is basically all you need to make this delicious Turkish side dish. Now let's get cooking. I'm going to start by chopping the onion finely. You can use yellow onion or white onion, both would work. This and the garlic would be the base of your bulgur pilaf. So make sure you chop them finely. If you have one of those mini choppers or mini food processors, now is the time to use it. I just personally prefer to just chop by hand. And if you're chopping by hand, make sure that your knife is sharp. Most of the time when you cut your hand, it's actually because the knife is not sharp enough. Okay, next I'm gonna chop my garlic. I'm gonna thinly slice it and then chop it. You can also use one of those garlic presses. Again, I just love chopping things with my hand. It's kind of therapeutic for me. That's why I do it, but if you have a tiny food processor, just go for it. Next, I'm going to chop the bell pepper. You can use basically any kind of green pepper, like Italian peppers would work really well for this recipe. But bell pepper is just fine, and I think that's easier to find. You want to cut them first into strips and then finally chop the pepper into small diced shapes, just like this. Finally, I'm gonna chop the tomatoes. You can use Roma tomatoes or basically any other kind of tomatoes would work. And you're gonna chop them finely. If you don't have tomatoes, like canned tomatoes would work just as fine, so don't worry about that. Tomatoes are used so often in Turkish cuisine. You can see them like in different sauces, soups, rice dishes, any kind of main dish, so many salads. Tomatoes are very, very important in Turkish cuisine, as is tomato paste, which is basically, you know, more concentrated and adds a lot of color to the dish. We are also going to use tomato paste in this recipe because it adds, you know, that nice pop of color. So that's but we're just gonna basically cook it into the dish to just make sure that it doesn't have like that raw flavor. And then the tomatoes here, you see how juicy these are going to add a ton of flavor to the bulgur pilaf. I'm going to wash this bulgur. As you can see, this is coarse bulgur. You should make sure that you're not getting fine or extra fine bulgur because you can't really cook pilaf with that. So let's wash this. You just need to wash it like a couple of times just to make sure if there's any extra stuff that will go out, but nothing is specific. Just like this. Slowly run your fingers just to make sure that all the bulgur is being washed. Repeat this step like 3 to 5 times and then we're ready to cook. I'm going to heat some olive oil in my saucepan and then we start cooking. Start by sauteing your onion and garlic in some olive oil over, let's say, medium heat, medium high if it's not really sizzling. You want to saute these until they're kind of translucent and a bit light. And then we will add the rest of the ingredients. Now we're ready to add our chopped green pepper. I'm going to cook this long enough for the peppers to be tender, but not mushy. I would say probably another 5 to 8 minutes, and I will get back to you when it's ready. The peppers are quite soft and tender, and next we're adding the chopped tomatoes. I'm going to cook this for a few minutes until the tomatoes break down and start releasing their juice. It's gonna be so good. This is such a simple dish, but it's just so delicious and packed with so much flavor, and that is simply because we're using fresh and good ingredients. The tomatoes have released their juice, and now I'm going to add the tomato paste, some salt and pepper. Just like this. That's all the spice you need. You don't need anything specific. If you want it to be spicy, maybe a little bit of cayenne pepper would be a nice addition, but it's not necessary. I'm going to cook the tomato paste a little bit here so it doesn't taste raw anymore. And this tomato paste is gonna add such nice color to the whole dish. And finally, we're going to add our bulgur. I'm going to give this a quick stir, add some water, and then we are going to cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes until it's ready. The bulgur has come to a simmer. I'm going to cover it and let it cook for about 20 to 25 minutes until almost all the liquid is absorbed. Our Turkish Bulgur Pilaf has been cooking for about 10 minutes now, and now I've turned the heat off. I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to fluff it. Okay, now it's time to serve the Bulgur Pilaf the Turkish way. So as you can see, the bulgur is really fluffy. You can see that. Looks so good. I wish you could smell this. It smells really good. Fill your bowl, usually like a medium-sized bowl, for one person. Fill it all the way to the top and pat it as you're doing it. Just make sure that it's all in the bowl, just like this. And now we're going to flip it. Once you fill your bowl all the way to the top, put a plate on it and then flip it. Just let it be here for a second. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? This is the classic way of serving Turkish Bulgur Pilaf. And I'm just gonna top it with some parsley just to make it a little pretty. And now I can't wait to try it. I've been waiting for this. I really have. Okay, I'm gonna give this a try. But look how fluffy this is. Just looks excellent. And I wish you could smell this. See, the bulgur is cooked so perfectly. It's soft, it's fluffy, and then the salt and pepper is just enough flavor. You can taste the bell pepper, you can taste the tomatoes and all of that. I love having this on its own, maybe with a little bit of yogurt on the side, but you can also serve it with chicken, beef, kebabs, anything like that. Now, if you give this a try, don't forget to leave me a comment and a like, and let me know how you liked it. See you next time.